ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.
Welcome to Dominion Broadcast House, your channel of choice, with the best stories and the best songs, where inspiration meets entertainment.
From powerful stories to thought-provoking conversations, we bring you content that informs, entertains, and transforms.
Catch top-notch entertainment, including movies, talk shows, and insightful programs curated just for you.
Looking for cutting-edge documentaries, exclusive interviews, and lifestyle shows that matter? We have got it all.
Stay ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.
All right, welcome to the agenda on Dominion TV, where we delve into the polity of the Nigerian state as it concerns you. I am Chike Ubog. This morning, it's rainy and wet in the brown roof city of Ibadan, where we're transmitting from, precisely at Iyagoku in Ibadan. Quick one. On the agenda today, Senator Muhammad Ndume has accused President Bola Tinubu of bypassing the National Assembly in many instances to borrow for spurious projects to the tune of $9.45 billion. The All Progressives Congress senator from Borno South also criticized the lopsidedness in federal political appointments by the president, saying he has favored one session or ethnic group contrary to the federal character guidelines. But the presidency last night refuted the claims of nepotism and lopsided appointments, saying Ndume is not only averse to facts, but also addicted to attention-seeking conduct. Ndume said by his calculation, the entire money borrowed was $9.45 billion, approximately 13 trillion naira. When asked whether the loans were with the approval of the National Assembly, Ndume said, "Not to my knowledge." On the lopsided appointments and alleged nepotism, Ndume said he was shocked when he read the endless and sectional list of federal political appointees which had gone viral on social media and in the public space. Ndume said that though he was not against borrowing, in most cases, the borrowing was not for capital projects or verifiable, tangible projects. Well, we'll be reading out on the screen some of the things Ndume said yesterday. But making some sense out of these and discussing this issue is my guest this morning. Dolapo is here in the studios. Good morning and welcome to Dominion TV studios.
Yeah, top of the morning to you, Mr. Chike. It's my pleasure being here this morning.
All right, a quick one. We have the issue of the senator who has always been vociferous in the Senate on the floor, and then coming to accuse Mr. President of lopsidedness in appointments, and also he had other issues of borrowings. Now, is there a balanced federal character employment schedule by this present administration compared to what we had between 1999 and 2007 during the era of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and then you had the brief stint of Yar'Adua, and then you had Goodluck Jonathan. How do you balance this, or what sense can you make out of this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chike. You see, when you look at the APC as a party, you look at their antecedents, you look at their formation, you look at their ideology, hardly are you going to find these nationalistic ideals in their party, which is actually very, very germane and also important on how to manage, a multi-ethnic society like Nigeria. You also look at past administration, which is former President Muhammadu Buhari. The same thing, the same concern over federal character issue, over nepotism. It has been a recurring decima. And if you are going to be juxtaposing it, with previous administration, which you have mentioned between 1999 and 2015, I think in a way, the PDP, managed, to actually balance the way they share political office, the way they divided some of these jobs, position, the way it cascaded down, from the top down, to the bottom of the ladder. They were able to, manage that well. To a reasonable extent. It's not as if it was perfect. The issue of nepotism, the issue of not having a balanced federal character, has been in part and parcel of us. Even right from independence. When you look at it historically, also you have to trace this issue back to history. Nigeria coming from the amalgamation of the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. You find out that there is ethnic suspicion, and you find out that there's nepotism. So this has been part of our culture.
But let me ask you, is it about a political party? Is it about an ideology? Have you forgotten that some members of the APC were also members of the PDP? So are you talking about this from the party angle, ideology angle, or is it just about when you are in power, you get your people?
You see, it's about political ideals, and it's also about individual ideals also. The political ideals, when you look at it, PDP has a nationalistic ideals where they believe in one Nigeria. You look at the formation of APC, is the combination of the northern hegemony and the southern hegemony. You look at the PDP, the ideals that brought PDP together, was the ideals of, actually fighting, the military out of power. So that gives a sense of nationality. And if you look at how, power was being shared under these two political parties, you would see that none of the regions, were actually, cheated out of power sharing. And when I said it is also about individual ideals also, of course, ideals are ever present. As individuals, you can decide to walk away from an ideals, but the ideals remain constant. So when another person steps into that ideals, you put on that toga of ideals, and you start believing in those ideals. But you look at it, fine, most of these politicians were formerly in the PDP, where they embrace these nationalistic ideals. Of course, they may not believe in these ideals, but at least it is still ingrained in that political party. But now they've left PDP, they are now in APC, where these ideals, are not really present. So it makes it difficult to actually bring out these ideals and say, okay, let us have a country where even to the smallest minority group would have a share, would have to present a face. Take as an instance, the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, was from the smallest minority of groups, Otuoke, and the German. I am not sure under the formation of APC, whether someone like Goodluck Jonathan will be able to emerge as president under that kind of formation. So it's strictly about ideals. What do we believe?
Okay.
What do we believe in?
Okay, you're talking about ideals and all that, but I really want to ask you, in this present administration, can you point out the lopsidedness when it comes to appointments, especially in the Tinubu administration, led administration?
Yes, of course. You look at the key positions in this government. Look at the recent appointments, you know, for the NNPC. You know, it's primarily a Southerner, and there have been complaints of, yes, Southerner have been occupying key positions. And these Southerner basically have been Southerners from Lagos. You would hardly see anybody outside of Lagos that has actually gotten anything from the appointment that the Tinubu administration has actually done. So you can point to so many things. You look at from the top echelons of the hierarchy of the military. You can point to a lot of things. You know, it has always been Yoruba man, and you know, it's like this mentality of the North, the Fulanis have actually done this. So it is now our turn to also put our own people from the same tribe, you know, at the helms of affairs, disregarding other regions. Of course, you have people from other regions that are also in this government. Take as an instance again, I will use the NNPC appointment as an example. At least the same Undume that complained about the federal character lopsidedness also have two of his kinsmen, you know, in the same board of the NNPC. But when you actually look at it, if there is no lopsidedness in the appointment of these positions, I don't think it will be tried for anybody to just, you know, blow a false alarm that there is federal character lopsidedness in the way that the president has been, you know, sharing positions. Well,
you know, many people have come out to say, especially on social media overnight, and saying that there's no nationalistic approach to the appointments by Mr. President. But is it about whatever they're looking at? Is it not about give me the... Will you deliver? Will you be able to deliver? If you can't deliver, it doesn't matter where you come from. Then you put in the round pegs in round holes. That should be what matters right now. Not whether you are from South or you're from Southwest or Southeast, trying to merge all zones together just because you want to give appointments. How about putting round pegs in round holes?
Okay, do you want to tell me that there are no competent middle belters in the middle belt? Do you want to tell me that there are no competent northerners that can occupy certain positions? Do you want to tell me that there are no competent southeasterners that can actually occupy certain positions in this country? Is it that the southwesterners, they are the most brilliant set of people in the whole of Nigeria? No. We have a lot of brilliant people. We have a lot of intelligent people all across the multi-ethnic groups that we have in Nigeria. We have over 250 multi-ethnic groups. So we cannot say that one ethnic group is more superior than the other, at least when we are talking about intelligence and in the context of brilliance. You can find brilliance and intelligence in all multi-ethnic groups in Nigeria. So it shouldn't be that, okay, one side of Nigeria are the ones taking the appointments. Take as an instance again, if a northerner gets to power again, it would say that there's a precedent that President Muhammadu Buhari did it, heaven did not fall. President Tinubu did it, heaven did not fall. And this is not the way our forebearers, you know, actually envision Nigeria. Nature should be a one country. That's why I was talking about the ideals, nationalistic ideals that, you know, the party like PDP, when they were in power, actually believed in. All multi-ethnic groups, even to the smallest minority groups, we are carried along.
Oh, okay. How has this helped the growth and development of Nigeria? When you talk about lopsidedness in appointments and all that, how is it helping the growth in Nigeria? Is it developing the country as it were? Where are we headed with all these?
Well, in terms of development, it is actually relative. because when you look at it, they say a house divided against itself, can it stand? The answer is no. This appointment has...
Dolapo, just hold on. We'll go on a break now, and when we come back, we'll talk more on these and more. Please stick around. Don't go away. Still the agenda on Dominion Television.
Welcome to Dominion Broadcast House, your channel of choice, with the best stories and the best songs, where inspiration meets entertainment.
From powerful stories to thought-provoking conversations, we bring you content that informs, entertains, and transforms.
Catch top-notch entertainment, including movies, talk shows, and insightful programs curated just for you.
Looking for cutting-edge documentaries, exclusive interviews, and lifestyle shows that matter? We have got it all.
Stay ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.
Welcome to Dominion Broadcast House, your channel of choice, with the best stories and the best songs, where inspiration meets entertainment.
From powerful stories to thought-provoking conversations, we bring you content that informs, entertains, and transforms.
Catch top-notch entertainment, including movies, talk shows, and insightful programs curated just for you.
Looking for cutting-edge documentaries, exclusive interviews, and lifestyle shows that matter? We have got it all.
Stay ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.
Welcome to Dominion Broadcast House, your channel of choice, with the best stories and the best songs, where inspiration meets entertainment.
From powerful stories to thought-provoking conversations, we bring you content that informs, entertains, and transforms.
Catch top-notch entertainment, including movies, talk shows, and insightful programs curated just for you.
Looking for cutting-edge documentaries, exclusive interviews, and lifestyle shows that matter? We have got it all.
Stay ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.
All right, welcome back from that break. It's still the agenda on Dominion TV here, transmitting from Iyagokun in Ibadan. All right, we're talking about this issue of Ndume, appointments, the lopsidedness, the nationalistic approach, and here Dolapo here is talking about how it has no coloration, nationalistic coloration. He is talking about parties having ideologies and thereby maintaining their grounds, especially when it comes to having appointments in Nigeria. Well, before we went on that break, I was just asking how we will be able to develop as a country, as a nation, with this so-called lopsidedness in court. But, Dorapo, back to you again. How do we overcome this? Because we're about to set an agenda for government. When a government comes in, why is there no continuity in government? Why is it that everyone comes with his own policy, individualistic policy, not even the party policy, most times, as it were?
You see, most of our leaders that comes into power, most of them come unprepared. And that is why you see that in the early days of the administration, they are trying to
Are you saying the president came unprepared?
Yeah, he came unprepared.
But he told you he had been nursing this ambition for years.
Of course,
he prepared for this ambition.
He may have been nursing this ambition for years. But the truth of the matter is he actually came unprepared. I think the goal of the people who is trying to see it, in Aso Rock is to, I just want to have power. President Muhammadu Buhari, came. We all thought that, okay, this is a frugal man with a Spartan lifestyle, with the things we have heard about him, he's going to hit the ground running. Guess what? We were chased out from JP Morgan in the first 6 months of the administration. The country was on autopilot. Economic indices started dwindling. So it means that he actually came unprepared, and it gave us years of economic decline. We went into recession, and we are still grappling with that aftermath of some of the bad economic policies, the policy somersault. It has cascaded down into this administration. And this administration, for a fact, are, actually pointing accusing fingers back to the Buhari government. Before Buhari government was actually pointing accusing fingers, back to the PDP government. Now this government came on board. What they promised Nigerians was, hope. Fine, they removed fuel subsidy, which everybody agreed that, okay, yes, fuel subsidy must go. And at the same time, they also devalued the Naira, doing that simultaneously, without, giving the economy a buffer to actually rely on. And you look at the economic indices, you look at the CPI, you look at the inflation value, it doesn't look as if these things are going to abate anytime soon. Like I always say, governance is not rocket science. They talk about, reducing government spending. They've talked about the Orosanye report. You look at the number of cabinet ministers, in this administration. I think this is the highest number of ministers we've ever had in the history of Nigeria. And, the Nigerian taxpayers' money are used to fund this lifestyle. So they came unprepared.
Before we delve into the economy, because we'll be going into the economy and what Ali Ndume also made mention. Now, is the appointment schedule all about appointment by compensation of the boys, or is it money for the boys? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, realistically, that is what it looks like, because people worked for the emergence of this president, so of course they must be compensated. Just take a cursory look at the administration of this current president. How many technocrats can you actually count on your fingers? How many? If I can count, I will count Dr. Pate. I will count the Minister for Trade. I would pick. You can see I can't even remember them.
The Minister for Interior.
Interior, yes. But if you offhand, I can talk about past technocrats like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Aroma Ote, Charles Soludo. I can talk about Nasir El-Rufai. I can talk about, in one administration, I can talk about...
You just mentioned some names that are not even technocrats. They are core politicians. For example, Nasir El-Rufai is the core politician today.
Of course, he's like he said, he's an accidental public servant. He's a technocrat. First of all, a technocrat. I'm not holding brief for anybody.
Professor Charles Soludo is the core politician today. He's the governor
yes.
of Anambra State.
He transmuted from being a technocrat, to being a politician. And when you look at it, okay, what debars the technocrats, from going into politics? We have always advocated that we should have the best of us in politics. So I can't say I'm a technocrat and I'll now stay back just because I do not want that political coloration. So I don't think that is harmful in any way.
Okay, so moving forward, your submission right now will be, let us look at our ideologies and have a nationalistic
yes,
approach, right?
Let every Nigerian see themselves as one Nigeria. And funny enough, it is this same leadership, this same elite group that keeps fanning the embers of ethnicity and nepotism in the country. Take as an instance the last election. It was highly, in fact, it was so toxic. The political terrain was so toxic, from Muslim tickets down to you are an Igbo man, you are not a Yoruba man. It was, we've had it in the past. Even a traditional ruler once said, if a particular tribe did not vote for a certain political party, they are going to throw them inside the lagoon. It's so bad. It's so bad. This always stoking the embers of ethnicity, religion. You find out people who want to occupy seat of power, they go to churches, they keep holding briefs. It divides us further. We've seen a president who was marking election results like an exam script, saying that the North gave him 97%, but because the South gave him 5%, they shouldn't expect anything. Even if you are competent, you got your position based on merit, because you have divided the country. It affects the legitimacy of your administration, of your government, because it will be seen through the lenses of ethnic bias, religious bias, and it's going to cascade down, and it will prevent you from actually delivering whatever you have promised in your manifestos when you are campaigning.
Well, now moving on to the economy, Mr. President would say he has done well for himself in the economy, bringing down the inflation rate, which was as high as over 30%, but today is about 20-something%. And now the economy seems to be coming to shape, right?
Well, I think it's only the common man on the street that can actually answer that question. Maybe the economy is actually coming to shape.
Because if you look at the indices from the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics, you find out that, yes, the CPI index is reduced, inflation too is reduced. But the question is, how has it translated to the pockets of the common man on the streets?
You see, I have issues with the statistics or the data coming from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Gone are the days where you have the likes of Dr. Is it Yemi Kale, or what's his name now, who was at the helms of affairs. You get real-time updates from MBS. But these days, you'd be praying to actually get reports from different quarters from that institution. And in a way, I don't want to sound too pessimistic. Maybe I'm kind of like losing confidence in that, in that institution. I think there was one time they published a data as regards unemployment, and they said the unemployment level has actually, gone down. Guess how they, calculated their own unemployment? Because, take as an example, I am your neighbor. I employ you one Sunday morning to help me clean my car. And under 1 hour, you clean my car, I drive my car to church, and I come back. They count that as, being gainfully employed. They counted that as being gainfully employed. And meanwhile, they are trying to copy a Western style, where Westerners, you work for 8 hours in a week, and they are trying to import that style into the Nigerian system. It doesn't work. It doesn't give us a true picture of what is currently happening in Nigeria. We all know, if you do a sample analysis, out of 10 Nigerians, I can guarantee you that out of 10 Nigerians, 7 are unemployed. Out of those 7, out of those 10, maybe 5 are actually underemployed. So when you look at the inflation value that they said has actually come down, we are actually not seeing the real effect because we are the everyday Nigerians. You saw a special advisor, recently going on here to say that with 2,500 naira, you can actually eat conveniently in Nigeria.
Okay, so for the sake of our time,
okay.
Now, borrowing in an economy shouldn't be a big problem. It shouldn't be an issue. Because the likes of Japan, America, China, and even other first world countries, first world countries, the top economies in the world, also borrow.
Exactly.
So Ndume is saying he has no issue with that. However, that he has an issue with the figure. Here he says, though he was not against borrowing, in most cases, the borrowings was not for capital projects or verifiable, tangible projects. And he went ahead to say that he is not against whatever is going on. For example, that in June 2023, they borrowed $500 million for a woman program called NPWPS. In the same June 2023, another $800 million was borrowed to cushion the effect of the increase in the price of petroleum products. He went ahead to say again that on September 23rd, 2023, 700 million naira was borrowed for adolescent girl initiatives. And again, in December 2023, 750 million naira was borrowed for renewable energy scale-up. On June 24, 2024, $1.5 billion was borrowed to support Nigeria for Economic Stabilization Act for the economy. Then another $750 million was borrowed for technical support to stabilize Nigeria's economy and scale up support for the poor. These are the monies we're borrowing. We're not borrowing monies, according to Ndume, to salvage the economy, to turn the economy to a producing economy. However, monies are being borrowed for, according to Ndume, for intangible projects.
Yeah, when you look at it, the Nigerian economy as it is not productive. And just like Ndume said, you cannot discard whatever he has said, because he's not an opposition figure, he's an ally, or let me say he's an ally of the current administration. So he's in the National Assembly and he's seeing it. And I don't want us to look at this issue through the lens of politics. As it stands now, the revelation that Senator Ndume unraveled, that President Tinubu borrowed over $9.45 billion without National Assembly approval, it is actually deeply troubling. It is. When you also look at the section of our Constitution, Section 80, subsection 2, I would paraphrase, it says no money can be withdrawn from the Consolidated Revenue Fund without legislative appropriation. And when you look at that section of the Constitution, it is not a suggestion, it is the law. And what we are seeing is merely fiscal indiscipline. It's an executive overreach. Yes.
All right. However, the presidency has reacted formally to former Senate leader Ali Ndume's allegation of lopsided appointments under the President Bola Tinubu-led government, describing the claim as hypocritical and misleading. And the president's spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, while dismissing the claim in a reaction posted via his X handle at A. Onanuga 1956, said Borno South, yes, the Borno South senator was allergic to facts and addicted to theatrics. That's the way Bayo Onanuga described Ali Ndume there, trying as much as possible to protect and save the face of his paymaster there and this administration. Well, we'll continue this discussion again tomorrow. It's the agenda. Dolapo, it's good to have you on the agenda this morning.
Yeah, it's my pleasure also.
I hope to be having you again very soon, where we'll be having a more robust discussion on some of these national issues.
All right.
All right. Thank you, dear listener, for being there. It's been an awesome time this morning discussing the polity of the country. My name is Chike Ubogo. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Remember, join us on all our social media platforms, on the app, on the Facebook app, on Instagram, on YouTube, and also on TikTok. It's at Dominion Broadcast, and on the app X, it's at Dominion Cast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.
Welcome to Dominion Broadcast House, your channel of choice, with the best stories and the best songs, where inspiration meets entertainment.
From powerful stories to thought-provoking conversations, we bring you content that informs, entertains, and transforms.
Catch top-notch entertainment, including movies, talk shows, and insightful programs curated just for you.
Looking for cutting-edge documentaries, exclusive interviews, and lifestyle shows that matter? We have got it all.
Stay ahead with the latest trends, inspiring success stories, and must-watch TV moments only on Dominion Television.
Join a community that celebrates excellence, innovation, and African storytelling at its finest.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and watch Dominion Television today.